Hey, it's Joe again. Hope you can see me all right. I'm trying to. I'm working on a little picture of St Ives, and it's like a little street scene. And somebody on Instagram the other day asked me how to sort of work with like sort of base colours and then put some highlights and stuff. So I've mixed up some dark colours and I've done all the light bits on the picture, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put the buildings that are in shadow onto it now. And I've just wanted to show you how to start with like a dark base colour and then put highlights over it to make it look, to make all the highlights jump out. Look at my hands. Sorry about that. So the idea is put some dark base colour down, like a muted colour, and then over the top of it, when you put like, you can put shadows. So if it's a sort of kind of a mid colour or slightly darker than mid, then you can add shadows, and you can also add brighter colours. So I just want to show you, if you put like a muted colour down, then it makes all the other colours like dance and sing out of the picture, and that's what gives it the interest really. So I'm gonna lay down this sort of some dark colours just to give you an indication. And at first it's quite scary because you sort of think, oh my god, it's a bit dark. So just bear with us. Down this side here, there's a side of a building, and what I'm doing, I put them in really loose with my fingers actually, because I don't want any detail. I just want it to look like it's been done really quickly as a sketch, and that's the idea. So what I tend to do is just lay in bits of colour with my finger, and I've got about 4 different colours here. One's slightly green, one's slightly blue, and then one's got a bit of pink in it and stuff. So I just sort of randomly add little bits here and there, and you'll see that. And the thing is not to play around with the paint too much. So once you've made a few marks, just leave it alone, because otherwise it starts to get muddy, and that's what you're trying to avoid with this kind of stuff. So as you can see, like they're quite abstract and loose. Just go over this a few times just to build up the strength of the colour. You have to excuse me leaning into the picture a bit. I'm trying to. That's lovely. There you go. So that's like the side of the building, and then over in the background you've got a load of buildings. So what I wanted to do, I'm going to go slightly lighter. This. Put a bit of orange in it just to kill it. And what you do is you mix up like a dark colour, but if you put orange in it, or a bit of pink and orange, it makes it go muddy. So say for instance you should start with a blue, like a blue, so a kind of a grey. If you put orange or yellow in it, it kills the colour and makes it go muddy. So that's that. Now look, see, it's lovely. So I'll just spread that in with my fingers, and I don't mind if it mixes too much. And then that comes down. You'll see what happens. So don't draw right up to the edge. So what you want to do is get the paint on first, and then as the paint sort of works in and it gets a bit finer, then you can start to add in little things like the trees and stuff like that, because then it looks like it's sort of blending. So just touch it in gently at the end. See what I mean? And then keep this bit down here quite heavy. So where you're mixing with other colours, just avoid going too harsh. So bring it down gently. See that? So that's over there. There's like a wall, and there's a slipway. So I'll just tick that in really loosely. I'm sort of drawing at the minute. So there's the slipway. I love see how loose that is. That's really nice. And then if I go into there, I can just touch up again in a sec. But what I'm trying to do is get these lovely one or two lines, and then over here, just try and, because it's sort of builds up there. That's it. There you go. So that's quite nice. And then I'm using a bit of the other colour now just to get that little swipe in there, and you start getting a bit. And I can see in the picture that I'm working from, there's like little bits of interest, so I'm just adding little bits of different colour to indicate to me there's like a little bit there, different colours, just in my mind I'm sort of sketching. Yeah, I'm just going to retouch that bit while I mucked up. Yeah, that's lovely. See? And then I might add a bit of blue to that. There's down in the shadow. There's a bit of ultramarine. It gives you lovely. See that? Lovely. Don't play around with it too much. Just do a couple of swipes. There you go. That's quite nice. And sort of down the wall, there's a couple of windows. So I'm just going to touch in. All this is doing is creating a bit of interest, really. You can see a bit of ultramarine. Lovely, and there's a little bit that juts out there, so it's quite. Now over here there's a pub. So what I'm going to do is I want it to look quite. Yeah, so I've got this sort of greeny colour, which is a bit weird, but can you see? So I'm sort of drawing in the pub now, and then there's a chimney there. The little finer details, I'll put him in palette knife in a minute. But I just want some difference there, so that's nice. Yes, I'm going back to this colour now. Yeah, so this is the pub. I've done it there. The pub comes down. As I say, I'm not too worried about it looking superb. Just want a sort of natural, and then that sort of turns away. It doesn't really matter. I use different. I've got about 4 colours, and I'm using different shades to get the effect I'm after. It's a sort of a blue, and then I'm just putting a bit of yellow, that one, a bit of red. That's it, just to get it to. That's lovely. Now this looks really dark, but in a minute when I start adding the colours over it, that's better. I've made this go a bit bluer, so I quite like that. So, yeah, just put in these lovely. I mean, most of this pub is actually, it's got a lot of white on it, but what I'm going to do in a minute, yeah, it's pretty cool. Now, I've got, that's lovely. Yeah, I'll stick with the, see, I'm drawing in this building now. There's a chimney there. It's quite tall. And then and there's a chimney there. That's brilliant. Don't mind that. See? So there you've got some indication. And across the bottom here, I'm going to put a bit of pink in that. A bit of mauve. There's a wall going right across there, but I don't want it as dark as the other bits. So what I've done is I've just mixed a bit of white, but I still want it dark. And it sort of goes bang, there. Now if I'm not too happy with it, I can just tick it in it. That's not too bad. And then what I'll do is I'll touch it up with, see, that's quite nice. I've got a bit of a muck up there. Just touch that out. A bit of white over it. This is where the, so I can touch that out. Yeah, that's quite nice. It's quite nice. You get these. Yeah, that's got a lovely bit of movement there. So there you go. So what I'll do now is I'll finish with the dark colours. Oh, I just wanted to say I've got this thing. I've got this thing in my head about having these 2 people in the foreground, and I want to look really, really, really. I don't know what the word is, like scratchy. So I'm just gonna put an indication of them. What I've got in my brain is like person with maybe a little girl or something like that. So I just, see what I mean? I just want it to look really loose, and then we'll add some colours over the top of that in a minute. And then I'll tick in a little girl. I'm doing this with my fingers, and it's really hard now because I'm trying to, so let's have a little kid there. Yeah. And then maybe probably need a little bit of shadow underneath them just to, but I don't want to go too dark, so there's sort of shadows of, like that. I might just add a bit more. That's lovely. Just thinking it's so right. Okay, so there's our dark colours. Now what we'll start doing now is that we'll mix up some, we'll start adding like some really dark shadows. And then, so I'm going to do the dark shadows first. So first of all, I've got this Prussian blue, which is very dark colour, and that'll keep the. And I'm sort of aiming. I've got mauve, violet, and a bit of rose madder, and I end up with this sort of quite very dark purple. And if I add a bit of yellow with it, it'll just make it go really, really, very, very dark. And it's kind of a dark blue, which I quite like. So I'll just indicate little bits and pieces here and there. So, you know, just loose drawings. This is giving the picture, and then that wall has got. Can you see that? Where the darkest bits are, the shadows of the. I'm not pressing too hard here, so that it doesn't peel away the paint. I'm looking at my reference, and it's actually gone a bit light. I don't want it to do that, so. That's it, that's better. So the underneath of the pub is quite dark, so that's lovely. See these lovely little touches, and then there's a bit of gutter in there. There's a bit of shadow. I'm just putting in these really dark down the side of the church there. There's a couple of little blobs in the roofs there. And I want that to be darker than that. That's lovely. See those little blobs? It's starting to take shape now. And I might just whack a bit of colour on this person just to get it to go. Yeah, that's better. Nice. Well, then maybe in there. Yeah. What I'll do, I'm going to grab my palette knife now because we're starting to get into a bit. I need to be a bit more accurate with my only with the shadows for a sec. So you know, where's a wall, straight line. There's a little sign here. There's some windows. So I'm just whacking in. See how quickly you can do it as well. So try and keep it really, really scratchy and loose. And I might just straighten up this wall by putting in some very. We'll see. And then the slip weight. Obviously I can put highlights back in here afterwards. And if there's, I'm indicating, you know, there's a few trees up there. Do the gutter. See how it comes together? Look, and there's some slate here, so I'm going to put a dark bit of slate there. Yeah. Right. That's not too bad actually. Oh yeah, that wall should be coming across there. Now there's a railing on that wall, so I'll just use that. Tick in a couple of little vertical lines. That's lovely. Right. Now what we're looking for now is some mid colour. So we've done the shadows. So we're going to go for the next thing. Now I've got a lovely cerulean blue here, and and I've got some ultramarine, so I'm going to start with a bit of blues. So these are cold colours, and this will just add, you'll see, I've got this, oh, look at it, watch this. See, there's lovely, this makes, now you're coming out of the dark and you're adding in these beautiful colours, it emphasises the colours even more. And there's little buildings in here, and I'm just looking, I'm only just dabbling, where else can I put, I can put a bit down there. Now this has got some slate there. Now there's a couple of windows, and they are like a lilac, but I'm making colour. And don't use those colours that you see in the photograph. Use colours that you like. So like there's some windows here, and I might, now I've mixed up this lovely lilac. I can see there's bits of buildings. There's lots going on, you know. There's another row of buildings there. Don't let these get too light yet. We'll do that in a minute. There's a church spire there. Down the side of that building there's a bit of colour. I might just add a bit of interest there. Now, you know, this little girl could be wearing a lilac top. There you go. And there's a sign there. And there's a little roof. Right, I'm going to mix up some turquoise now. Still working in my brain, I'm thinking mid-colour. So a little bit of turquoise. It's a bit strong. And if it's a bit bright, just put a bit of orange with it, just to kill it. You'll see. And it just makes it go a little bit muddy, which is, at the moment, we want that. So you'll see, it's a little bit, let's try this. Now it's a few little roofs, little buildings there. There's some grass, bits of grass as well. So just down minutes, as I'm saying, I'm trying to keep this very, very loose. There's a little window there that's got particular niceness to it, a little sign. And then, just drawing a bit of interest in. All right, there's some, in between the church there's a bit of, as I say, it's still all these little bits and pieces up here. So that's quite nice. And then just some big tissue. Right. Now then, now what colour? I think this lady in the foreground, I think I'm going to give her, I'm going to do a bit of orange just so that it stands, just to show you it stands out. So a little touch like that. And a bit of red as well. This other girl, she can, I think I'm going to give her pink shorts. Yeah, we'll give her some pink. So I'll just mix up a nice little bright pink, and I'll just touch in a bit of pink there. That's nice. Now then, I'm thinking I need to start putting in some detail now. Right, so the most important thing is on the right hand side here, there's a house. And it's got a lot of white on it, it's the pub. So what I'll do, I've got white, and I'm just going to, white is the highest, but it's got like this kind of very light aqua. Instead of being pure white, it's kind of a dirty aqua. So what I've done is, there you go. Because it's going on the dark though, it will look really fabulous. So you start adding in if I make any mistakes, I'll just touch them up. So just whacking. As I say, don't play around with the colour once you've sort of drawing a bit, really. And you can add a bit of brightness now, you know, so like where the sun's catching it, there's a bit of light. I can see lots of little bits of light going on. You'll see how it starts to dance now. We'll just catch the front of that building. There's a bit of light down there, and there's a bit. I've got to get perspective. See what I mean? And you might add a bit across the top of the wall there, just where the sun's catching it. Same on the other side. There's a pier there. Just put some highlights in, and then here. That's looking quite nice. And over the other side. Now I want blues, light. I'm talking about light colours now. Bits of blue. I can see lots of little buildings. So there's like little building there, and the roofs. What I tend to do is overemphasise the colours. So there's these little roofs stepping down here. I'll just indicate there's some more up there. If you squint your eyes, you start to see things going on. And there's some roofs in here that I'm going to draw in.